Sadistic Penguin Studios presents the At the Show podcast with Tom Yumper Garcia.
Okay, you people sit tight, hold the fort, and keep the home fires burning. And if we're not back by dawn, call the president.
And Tony Chalsa Burt.
I don't know this industry jargon, YP, MP, whatever, okay? All I know is that I cannot get a record contract. We cannot get a record contract unless I take these tapes.
It's almost time, so grab a drink, get your popcorn ready, and join the film discussion with two guys from Chicago talking movies.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the At the Show podcast, presented to you by Sadistic Penguin Studios. I'm one of your co-hosts, Tom Yumper Garcia, and with my other co-host, who's doing the Rico Suave of his mustache there, Mr. Tony, the sugar Baggy Burt.
Sugar Daddy? Oh, I'll be your sugar daddy. Yes. Oh. Hello, everyone. How are you out there this evening?
Hope everyone's doing well. That was a mess up on the intro, but I couldn't get over the suave got me.
Hey, that's how my suave gets people.
For those who are watching on the YouTubes, excuse all the damn boxes that are there. I got a lot of packages this week, and I have to go through them, and just didn't have enough time.
Makes sense.
You're going to see packages in the background. But, Tone, we have been gone for 2 weeks, but a lot of stuff's been happening, man, in the movie space, in the political space, in the TV space. A lot of cool stuff and a lot of crappy stuff, I guess, with the passing of Robert Duvall, who we'll be talking about tonight. But a lot of good movies are coming out that I'm looking forward to. I know we talked in the text about them. I've seen some reviews of some stuff that has come out that I'm really excited about, that I want to go actually watch in theater. So we got an action-packed episode for you guys with King Ass returning for his first shot on this season, giving us a look into a news segment that we thought of with him.
It's going to be good. I'm excited to dig in.
Yes, sir. So let's just dig in right now, Tone. Let's go into what we've been watching this week.
All right, let's do it.
That's a me. And also, what were you just watching?
So what were you watching this week, my friend?
All right. What have I been watching this week? First thing up is a movie called Caught Stealing, directed by Darren Aronofsky. It is his shot at doing kind of like a crime thriller. It's somewhere, it kind of reminds me of somewhere between like Snatch and Pulp Fiction, and it's got a lot of cool different things going on. Got a lot of good performances in it, actually. One performance I'm going to shout out to that I didn't think I'd be saying out loud is Bad Bunny. He does a really good job in this movie. He plays kind of like a cheesy mob boss, but I was digging what he was doing. And I was also, Zoe Kravitz does always a really good job. Austin Butler, Matt Smith, Liev Schreiber shows up and does a really good job, but definitely worth checking out if you have not.
Sabretooth?
Sabretooth, yes.
No, I haven't seen this film.
I laugh because for some unknown reason, that his role as Sabretooth will always be stuck into my mind. So you made me laugh right there. Thank you.
No, but all-star cast. Bad Bunny was actually in a film with Brad Pitt, Bullet Train. He actually did no speaking role, but he fought in that film, and it was actually pretty well done.
I gotta go back and rewatch that one. I watched it like right when it came out, and it's been a long time. So you telling me he's in it, and definitely give that one a rewatch. Also been watching this Monarch Legacy of Monsters. It's on season 2. Our boy Kurt Russell is in it. Honestly, for being a television show that's on Apple, they do a really good job on the FX, on the monsters. Really cool. Godzilla, King Kong. There's a lot more story to it than these monsters fighting. That's why it's called Monarch. You get a little bit of the background into all of that. But if you are a fan of King Kong, Kurt Russell, Godzilla, cool monsters, this one's definitely up your alley.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into Monarch. My buddy told me he is very interested in Monarch. I don't know if you're in the right show, my friend. But yeah, but I have watched the Godzilla movies, the King of the Monster movies. I'm also a big Godzilla fan, watching them, from Toho, which the rubber suits, even them making an appearance in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which always cracked me up. Tony, your face right now that you froze on is
Am I back?
hilarious. Yeah,
Am I-
the face you had was was frozen. You're like,
Because I was shocked you haven't watched the show. I was
no, it's a show I want to get into. I have seen the interviews of them, and like we heard that Kurt Russell's son is always asked to either be Jack Burton or Snake, and reprise the roles of his father, which he says that his father was younger than him. But you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm happy that they're doing something together, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's always cool to see Kurt getting work done. I mean, he does a good job in this. But what have you been watching?
So I actually was able to finish Fallout Season 2. I finally powered through it. I finally had enough time to watch the episodes. Man, somebody put a tweet out, and I happened to see it, and it said that Fallout's probably the greatest adaptation of a video game they've ever seen. And I would have to agree, man. The writing is so good. It keeps you. Fallout's a dark humor game, so there's a lot of dark humor with what was going on in the world, and they portray it really, really well in the show. I love the character of the Ghoul, the character of the Wanderer, and the Brotherhood of Steel, as well as the Vaulty. It's really, really good acting by Ellie Purnell. Walter Goggins is awesome. It's just a lot of really fantastic moments that leave you on the edge and make you want to watch the next season. And they're fleshing out the story very well. Usually when they do go back and forth in movies and shows, it kind of gets tiring after a while. And they kind of do it where I always say, like you said this too, like when the seasons are kind of old, they always go back to kind of like rejuvenize that season, that show, and the actors look old and they're supposed to be young. Well, the actor of Hank, he kind of does look a little old, but besides that, everything else looks really, really good. It's a very, very captivating story that you keep your into, and I really got into it. I'm anticipating for season 3 to come out, and hopefully they end this series on a good note to something else. Have you watched this?
I have not watched season 2, but I watched season 1, and it was good stuff. I've never played the game, so just watching it as a show, I enjoyed Walter Goggins' performance.
Yeah, and he blew up. Like, even the funny thing is, Jen, my wife, saw him in White Lotus, and she saw him in this, and she's like, wow, he's in everything now. And I'm like, kind of, yeah, he's kind of like, his star is kind of rising again, The Wonderful Gemstones he was in, and then he was in that show with Danny McBride, The Principals, which I thought was hilarious. But I'm happy he's blowing up. He's a good actor. His last big break before all this was what, the Shield?
He was on that show. Yeah, he was on that show Justified. He was
he was on Justified with Timothy Olyphant.
But nothing as big as like what he's doing now with this and Righteous Gemstones. Really good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm happy he's blowing up. Jenna even got into the later seasons, but for Fallout, she watched the last 3 episodes and she liked what she was watching, even though she knew what the hell was going on, which is kind of funny.
That's all right.
The second thing I watched was actually on your recommendation. I believe you watched it a couple weeks ago. Was Good Fortune. We sat down, my wife and myself, to watch this, and I really enjoyed it. Very, very corny, but a lot of humor in the film, and not just like the jokes. A lot of stuff with just even Keanu Reeves' angel's wings. It looked like he stole those wings from like his daughter or something from a costume. I really liked it. I liked Seth Rogen in it. I liked Aziz in it. Keanu Reeves, of course, was awesome. It was just a nice little comedy that brought me back to when you could still kind of be a little bit kind of crazy with comedy, but not so raunchy. And it had a kind of a good story of basically finding your own way. But it was really well done.
Yeah, I just like the part how when Seth Rogen turns back, but he can't go back to his old life. Just the way he's like, "What am I supposed to do here?" It's like it just is really ridiculous. And Keanu plays a really good like, yeah, what am I gonna do here too? You know, like he
Yeah.
does not very like
The part where he's like just smoking outside
that's
and like just accepting his fate, smoking a cigarette. He's like, "Look at you, you're a chain smoking angel." Well, I mean, he plays the role perfectly, and it goes with his personality too. Just like go with the flow. Uh, how do I eat a burger? Just those little scenes were great. And then the whole door dashing, which is
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah, that was pretty good.
Me and my wife were cracking up when Keanu talks to him. Is like, "Well, I'm not I'm not that tier of angel." He's like, "I have a budget angel." like that, and then he tries to show him his life, and it just sucks. If you guys can watch it, check it out. It's definitely worth the watch. Not the greatest comedy, but still a lot of funny stuff in it. Um, I did also check out another film called American Assassin, and it stars Michael Keaton, which was what pulled me in. I looked like a James Bond kind of, CIA thing that pulled me into the film. And man, Tone, I gotta tell you, with everything going on in the political climate, this movie just sucked. Like, it just shows how. And this movie was made in 2017, I believe. It's based off a Vince Flynn novel. It just shows like how Hollywood kind of does propaganda for other countries and stereotypically portrays countries. In this case, it's Iran trying to get nuclear materials for a bomb, and they send in this guy to basically. His name is Mitch Rapp. He had like a horrible thing happen to him, and he's played by Dylan O'Brien, who I think is totally miscast. Like he does not look like anybody that I'd be afraid of as a CIA. It was just so many holes in it, and Michael Keaton couldn't keep me engulfed and like indulged in the film. I really disliked it. I turned it off and I had to rewatch it again just to see the rest of it. But it was really, really bad. Have you seen this film?
Back in 2017, but from what I remember, I didn't like it very much.
And I wanted to like it too. It was just too many things that just made no sense in it.
It was back when Michael Keaton was having his run.
He was having his run. Oh, and Michael, the got him. The internet bugs got him, guys. Yeah, this film is just horrible. And like when you got to go back and use like another country to kind of like and make up all this false shit about it. I understand there has to be a bad guy and we have to go do that Cold War kind of thing, but this film just didn't play well for me in the climate that we're in. I don't think Tony's ever coming back. He's kind of stuck there. Look at him, he's sleeping. But since he's not going to come back, I'm going to end this segment. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. I'm by myself. But that's what we watched this week. Let us know what you watched over at the Show podcast on Twitters or at the YouTube comments. I was just ending the segment, Tone. You were gone, and Sam did the sign of a cross for you. He froze up again.
I'm here. I'm gone.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, so I ended this segment. Sam says, "Rest in peace, Tony. He's with Eloy in heaven."
Have a good night, everybody.
Man, them internets, man. But that's the end of our segment for That's What We Watched this week. We're gonna bring on King
You
Ass
checked my
right
internet.
now.
You said it was fine. Remember?
Oh yeah. We're gonna bring on King Ass. We're not gonna give him his intro because we got a special intro for him. And King Ass, nice.
Very nice.
How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing wonderful, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Good, my friend. Good. Adam says the movie was so bad it kicked him off. It definitely did. So Sam, we all know, like between us, we are huge Soprano fans. I mean, I send you gifts and memes. You send me them. Anything I can find hilarious Sopranos, we go back and forth in text. Same thing with Tony. So when me and Tony were thinking about different ideas for the show, we came up with a Sopranos segment, and who better to host it than you?
Yeah, probably a lot of people, but why not me?
Guru said, "Look at your hair." Everybody wants to see the hair. That's what's going to give us the views. The hair. But for this segment, Sam, we've asked Sam not to give us any idea of what he's going to talk about. So Sam's going to give us either a scene or a character or anything Sopranos related, and we're going to talk about it for a little bit. But before we get to that, let's roll in with this intro for Sam in this segment. Right and wrong. So what you got for us today, Sam?
Wonderful. Well, I thought I'd start this segment off since it's our first one with Tony Soprano's worst antagonist. So I have 10 examples that I list off. Obviously, you guys may have different ones. So I have Janice, Uncle June, Christopher, Carmela, Paulie, Richie Aprile, Ralph Cifaretto, Johnny Sack, Feach, or Phil Leotardo. Yeah, I guess I'll let it, could have been on there as mom too.
She's in a whole league of her own.
It's true.
Oh man, I would go if I had to choose out of that list. I would go with Janice because she pisses him off the most. Like even when she tries to sell the house, he starts banging the shit out of the phone when they call her for the realtor. And she gets him so mad he gets actually beat up by her husband.
It's true,
Bobby. But yeah, Harpo
Under the
agrees.
boardwalk inside Jan's mouth.
What about you, Tom?
Can you read the list one more time, Sam?
Yeah. So Janice, Uncle June, Christopher, Carmela, Paulie, Richie Aprile, Ralph Cifaretto, Johnny Sack, Feach, or Phil Leotardo.
Well, I think it'd have to be somebody he kills with his own hands. So, honestly, it's tough. I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to go Christopher. Because Christopher really causes him a lot of problems. I mean, Christopher's supposed to be a succession, I think, to this whole entire thing, which pretty much leaves Tony with no succession, which leaves the whole thing into a hell zone. And that's why actually he ends up killing him with his own hands. He kills his nephew, which you say to yourself, he didn't even try to kill his sister, which she is really big. Don't get me wrong, but it takes a lot to try to kill somebody. And that must be someone who really gets under your skin.
I think too, with Christopher, I think he kind of got the leash, such a long leash because of Dickie. And how Dickie was in life of Tony. And I think because even when he's first found out they have, he has a drug problem, Junior tells him to kill him. And he says he can't do that. So they put him in rehab.
That was great.
With Casey Jones.
There's a lot of cases to make, though, on that list. You know what I mean? Like every person that you mentioned on that list irritates him pretty deeply. I mean, he should have killed his sister, but he didn't. I could have seen that would have been a good episode.
Yeah, that would have been.
And he does look out for her, though. I mean, when she killed Richie Aprile, he went and took care of everything for her.
He buried him on a hillside, by a stream with the pine cones.
Come
on, Janice, what the fuck?
That was the best.
I was about to say that too, Sam. I mean, but can his worst antagonist be himself?
It definitely can be.
Could be.
He's basically his own worst enemy. Greed, like leads to his obesity. Like he can't get out of his own way. Like he's as much as I love the character of Tony, like he's really a piece of shit person.
Oh yeah, I mean he lets his envy get best of him on anything. He gives everybody a hard time because he doesn't want to look weak at any point. The shit and everything. Near the end of the series. The rent. It's always funny when I think about it with him in general, because Junior says a great line when he's trying to decide who to go with, Richie Aprile or Tony. He's always like, Tony, whatever the hell's locked up in that goddamn head of his. And it's true. Yeah.
Brian says, was Melfi an antagonist too?
I don't think so.
I don't think Melfi was. I think I'm with the Vipers.
The Vipers.
I think Melfi was more of what Tony wanted if he wasn't in the mob.
Yeah.
Something that he, like the forbidden fruit he couldn't get. And she was tempted by it, but she never went to it. And at the end, she just basically cut him off, which I thought was kind of a stupid ending, but that's just me.
Are you sure she's not the one who killed him in the restaurant?
Could be.
Could be.
She walked into Holston's.
Yeah, Holston's and just blew him away. I watched a thing on like the what's it called? The members only jacket, and how they made Eugene be the person wearing it. And he gets killed. So every time that's mentioned, somebody gets killed or dies from it, and then the guy with the members only jacket, they say that's who killed Tony. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, David Chase finally came out and said he died. So
yeah.
Well, it's tough to even say he didn't die. I mean, Tony's dead. Like the guy who played, like, that's the only thing he really could say right now. I mean, I don't think if Gandolfini was alive, he would have said that same quote. That's just from my perspective, though.
Yeah, but
because they make other movies. You got Gandolfini's son in it. Let's get real close to the guy, but let's not have him in it. Like, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I think he probably would have done something, but I mean, there was actually a really, really good breakdown of like the way Chase shot from Tony's perspective. Like you see what Tony sees, and the person that did it was like a film student, and he did a really good job of showing how. And I don't know if Chase, he never said it was what he wanted, but it's what Chase was showing, but he never said that was his intent. But the way the film studio broke it down is like when Tony's looking at the boat and hearing the ringing, you're only seeing what he sees, or when he's looking out the window, you're seeing from his eyes out, which is why. And then the line from Bobby that you probably don't know when it happens, it probably goes all black, which it probably didn't for Bobby because he got shot like 25 times on top of a train set.
Not the Blue Comet.
Yeah, Janice, why you gotta make fun of my hobby? Why you gotta belittle it? Yeah, but that's a good who's his real antagonist? The Shah of Iran.
That cocksucker says I look like the Shah of Iran.
Yeah, that's in our critical theories. That's in our part 3 of critical theories. I use that clip.
I mean, if you were to ask Paulie this question, he would say, there's no bigger cocksucker than Phil Leotardo.
Yes, he would say that. I was gonna write a blog a long time ago about Paul. My theory on Paulie setting up Tony. What do you guys think about that?
That'd be a good theory.
Definitely.
Possibly. Paulie was getting weird at the end of the show. Like he wasn't as loyal as he. Like I've watched that last season more in the last couple months than I ever have, and a lot of things are going on that I didn't really pick up for that I see now.
Yeah,
I like it, just going like outside the box. I could see him killing him. I've seen people say like Patsy has killed him. Because of his son being locked up, and plus, I mean, he killed Patsy's brother.
Yeah, but Patsy peed in his pool. It was fair. He got him back for it. So.
Shoes. He killed Shoes. The funny thing is, when he's talking, they're talking about the cops trying to flip him. Paulie's like, "How's this? Someone's putting shit in that kid's head," and I'm like, "Kid, the guy's like old as hell. Like, how old is Paulie supposed to be? Like 90?
Yeah, right."
I go back in his family.
Well, it's like Phil's brother Billy. He's just a kid, 47, just a kid.
I go back in his family, even back than you with Johnny.
I like on the show when Tony has to pay back Hesh. He like keeps giving him little pieces of and like Hesh is like he like shows up at his house or whatever. And he's like, "Here you go, I got a little something for you." He's like, he's got to keep coming over here and just giving me this little bit here and there.
Just come back when you got all of it.
Just come back.
The rent, dude. And then the part where he just like, I felt bad for Carlo when Carlo's like telling him something in the car. He just goes off.
Yeah,
you better start doing something that Vito used to do because he made a lot more money than you.
Yeah, Tony was his own worst enemy. I mean, when he gets out of the hospital and he goes up and hits that guy because he's trying to look tough or whatever, and he's like,
slam that door. Yeah, just and these conversations are probably gonna last longer when we have future segments. But that was actually a really good question, Sam. Like,
Yeah, very good.
Magnificent Stan says Karen Ziti is a protagonist of the show.
Fucking Janice.
Yeah, Janet, and then Janet's kind of she X'd out what's his name's Mikey Palamisi's girl that was over there. That's who Paulie should have been with.
Yeah.
Oh, he told me he loved me before he left.
And then he would be right back.
Yeah, good one, Sam. That's a good start to this segment, to this going segment. So I look forward to future ones.
Absolutely.
They just got me thinking a bunch of Sopranos stuff over here. Like, Artie, you came to my house. When the guy from Doogie Howser, his friend, he's like, you came to my house.
My favorite Artie line is always going to be, oh, I was duped by Benny Fazio, criminal mastermind. Artie was such a dick. Like, but he was the only one that totally let talk to him like that was Artie.
Got his hand in the pasta sauce, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It almost melted off. Charmaine.
Would you like a martino? Or they go down easy?
And then when he hits on Adriana and like he's drunk and Tony smacks him, he's like, I love her. And then he gives him a hug.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my favorite Artie thing is just when he's at the Crazy Horse with the earring on. He's doing this weird like hand gesture at the song.
Yeah, he looks so old. Like it's oh my god,
Arthur? The best. Arthur,
really, Arthur, really.
Rub a muzzle. She loves.
Yeah, but good segment, Sam.
Thank you, gentlemen.
But gentlemen, before we get into the Duvall and Ryan Gosling talk, I did want to ask you a couple questions related to some news that I actually sent our guy Tony here with, some announcements coming out that Glenn Powell is actually going to be voicing Star Fox. What do you guys think about that? Were you guys big Star Fox players?
I mean, in Super Smash Bros. I don't think I ever actually played the Star Fox solo games or anything like that though.
Oh man,
I think I still got the Super Nintendo magazine with the rollout for Star Fox or whatever. That was big time, man. When that came out.
Yeah, huge. Man, Super Nintendo when it came out, and it looked like now it looks like shit. But it was all polygons. But even when it came out for N64 with the Rumble Pack, that was like one of the games that came out with it. I remember playing that game with my friends, and I remember I texted you like, I wonder who they're gonna make plays Slippy, who was like the most annoying character. Oh no, I'm getting attacked. But I'm actually looking forward to this. I really enjoyed the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm gonna take my son to see the new one that's coming out. So I thought that actually went well. This one, I'm hoping is just as good.
Yeah, I thought Donald Glover playing the voice of Yoshi is an interesting choice.
Oh yeah, for Super Mario Bros. Yeah, my son's really excited about it. But I don't know, man. I'm hoping Hollywood comes out with something interesting for these nostalgic things of my childhood.
Yeah, they got Masters of the Universe coming out and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. It's going out again soon, so
yeah,
Street Fighter is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, it's got Cody Rhodes as Guile. My goodness,
Roman Reigns doing somebody.
50 Cent's in it too.
Yeah, I think Roman Reigns is Akuma.
Oh man.
Andrew Schultz is Dan, which is a great role for him because Dan's a loser and so is he. But they didn't bring back Van Damme. Is Van Damme in it?
Van Damme.
He's back as Colonel Guile. The American with the Dutch accent. Yeah, Andrew Koji is Ryu, which is he's from the show on HBO, the Warrior show, which I kind of tried to get into. I couldn't get into it.
What show?
Warrior.
I never heard that.
It's on. It's like based. It's like set in the early 1900s. With Chinese immigrants.
Oh, cool.
I try to get into it. Like his character is this. I don't know. He's no guy from Deadwood. No, Ian McShane from Deadwood.
Ian McShane's great.
But yeah, who is Roman Reigns? It doesn't say who he's playing. I'm looking right now. He's just probably some random character. Jason Momoa is Blanca, though. Wow. Jason Momoa is Blanca. Why would they make him Blanca?
It's a good question. Roman Reigns is playing Akuma.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he has Akuma. I know what? I was looking for Roman Reigns, and now I see his name, Joe Anali. He used his real name.
Is that? Oh, I didn't even. If you could have put that on a quiz, I wouldn't have got it right. What's his real name?
Joe Anali.
Oh no.
His name isn't Roman?
No.
Shocked.
And David Dalmakian is a Bison, which I don't know if he's going to one up Raul Julia.
No,
very, 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 very hard. Another news I wanted to get to is that the Mummy cast has come back with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz coming back to do another Mummy movie. And from what I was reading, they said they would only come back if the script was good enough. And apparently the script is very good. So they're back. And they're also bringing back John Hannah as Rachel Weisz's brother.
Which is the most important piece.
So how do you guys feel about that? Well, obviously you love the John Hannah coming back.
Yeah, I love the first two Mummy movies. The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor was shit. I feel bad for them that they kind of left it at that note. Yeah, I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what direction they kind of take it in at this point, with as old as Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser are now. So, but he did it when he was talking about it, like doing press about it. He goes, Brendan, are you gonna do any of your own stunts? He goes, no, that's what they have stunt doubles for.
I wonder if he's gonna get back in shape. Like,
yeah, he said he was going to be trying to get in the best shape he can.
I think
he should go for what he looked like in The Whale. I think that would really make it a real good Oscar winning. He can get the Oscar, wrap it all up in one.
Like Guillermo was Jason Bourne. Well, he had that surgery, right? That surgery that made him like big. Yeah. He had some surgery or some injury that made him like bigger. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the first two Mummy movies. The third one, I can't remember most of it. All I know is Rachel Weisz wasn't in there, and Jet Li was, and it was just really bad.
Yeah.
Do you think they could do they could bring back like when they did the CGI with The Rock where it looked that bad? Do you think they could put that in the new one? Just like it looked really great, and we'll just have that in it.
They should.
Yeah, have the same bad CGI in an otherwise really well shot movie.
have him come back and say his one line, the Haku Saku. I mean, he did a movie called The Scorpion King related to it. Remember?
He did,
and that was terrible.
It was not good.
Oh man, I just remember I never watched that. I just know he was in it.
I remember we watched it because we were, we saw the second Mummy, and we are like, oh, this must be good then. Now we're gonna see like, oh, it's The Rock, this is gonna be cool. We're kids. And we watched it, we're like, this movie sucks.
Not good.
Yeah, man. Jeez. And then finally, this is gonna lead up to what we have coming soon, which we'll announce later on. But there is a new script written for the X-Files.
Ooh.
And rumor is Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny are in talks to come back.
Is this the Ryan Coogler produced one?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, as we know, Tony and I are huge X-Files fans. Sam, are you a big X-Files fan?
I've never really watched any of it.
Oh,
I know Caitlin could probably tell you a little bit more about it. Her mom was obsessed with the show, but I never really watched it or anything.
Some good humor in it.
Very good humor.
I love David Duchovny, but I've just never watched the show.
I think it kind of fell victim to like the last seasons were kind of like ridiculously, like when they try to tie everything together. Tony, I'm talking about Tony, when the Cigarette Man and
those alien episodes could get really kind of far off beat. I like the standalone episodes a little bit more, but the whole show
they try to do like something where with Mulder, and it was this.
Well, he kept leaving and coming back, and they kept trying to wrap the script around him coming, and he's been abducted for a whole season. Oh, he's returned. It's like he isn't himself. He's gone for another 6 episodes.
He was doing Red Shoe Diaries. That's what he was doing for the episodes. But I'm really looking forward to it. I really liked the first one that came out, the film. I enjoyed that, and then the second one came out, and I enjoyed that. So I'm hoping this new film, and especially Oscar-winning Ryan Coogler is behind it.
That's what I'm saying. You
I'm
gotta
down
say,
with
if a fan is in the midst to put it together, they better be giving it everything that they have, probably, because it's not easy to bring some of these shows back like that.
Definitely. And to be honest with you, this is a show that I wish they would bring back in terms of like a series. I mean, Jordan, I'm sorry, his name, Jordan Peele tried to do Twilight Zone. He probably bring that back. Why don't they bring the X-Files back with updated actors?
No.
Write something good for once.
I mean, that's what we're looking for here.
So hopefully if it comes back, we'll see what happens. He was dreaming of Californication. But that's all the news I have, guys. Do you guys have any news you want to share before we move into the Duvall and Gosling talk?
No, I don't have anything.
You covered it right there. I mean, that X-Files news is huge. I think they just cast the other actors who are going to be playing the other ones in the show. I don't have them in front of me. I forgot their names, but it's cool that the cast is coming together. It's going to be good stuff.
Yeah, look, we're really looking forward to it. But going into a somber note, we're going to go into talk about one of the great character actors of all time, and that is Robert Duvall, who passed away last month at the age of 95. So he lived a long life. He passed away February 15th. Duvall, of course, is known for many, many roles. He's a one-time Oscar winner for leading role as Tender Mercies, I think is the name of the role. Yeah. Tender Mercies.
Yes.
Was as a lead character in there. He was nominated for other roles, most recently The Judge for supporting role, Civil Action, The Apostle, The Great Santini, Apocalypse Now, and The Godfather, which some would consider the greatest film ever, which I don't, but he has so many great performances, iconic roles. Like I said, The Godfather is Tom Hagen. Apocalypse Now is Kilgore. His famous line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." He never overreacts, and he kind of feels like when he acts, he's always in feeling it. He has that dull, somber voice, that tone of voice, and that's always stuck with me, the way he talks. And I don't think there's many actors that are like that. Like Keanu Reeves has that with his. It's more of a
Uncle Keanu will love you.
Yeah, Uncle Keanu, he's kind of out of it. But when Duvall talks, in Colors, he always had that big brother or uncle or dad kind of vibe to him, dropping that knowledge on you. What are some of your favorite roles with him, Tone?
Before I go into them, Sam, have you ever seen Kicking and Screaming?
Yes.
Sorry, when you sent that message earlier about not knowing Duvall, I know you've seen that movie, so you know enough. If you see just that movie, you know enough Duvall. That's everything of Duvall in one role.
I think I've seen 5 Duvall movies in my life. So,
hey, five's good. What are some of my favorite movies? I like him in Falling Down with Michael Douglas. I think he's really good in that. He's really good in you brought it up a little while ago, The Apostle. Thought that role was really, really good. Kicking and Screaming was one that kind of snuck up on me because I had no interest in seeing that movie, really. I was in a really big anti Will Ferrell, in the 2000s. I would call him Will Smith. I'm more anti Will Smith though. But Kicking and Screaming does a great job in that. It's hard to say. Four Christmases. He's great in Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn. The interactions of him telling him to go up on the roof and get that whole cable situation working is good. I haven't seen a movie where he sucked in it. How about you? Yep.
Personally, I agree. I think he hasn't been in a movie that he sucked in it. The movie might have been bad, but not him. He was really good in Crazy Heart. Again, like I love him in Colors. I love him in We Own the Night, which is Joaquin Phoenix. I know, shout out to Adam. He loves Open Range. That's another great film. John Q, he's really good in.
Oh, I forgot he was in John Q.
Yeah. Just little, like, he's in those, like, once you realize his work of, the stuff he's been in, you're like, holy shit, he was in that. One of my favorite underrated performances, it's not really a great film. It's about poker and love story. It's a love story. But I like it because it kind of like was around the time when it kind of showcases around the time when poker kind of blew up with the Chris Moneymaker. And it kind of has like a tie-in with Chris Moneymaker winning. Like there's an unknown person that wins a tournament, and that's Lucky You with Eric Bana and Drew Barrymore. Robert Duvall plays Elsie Cheever, which is Huck Cheever, Eric Bana's character's dad, and he's like this old Russell poker player that's like one of the best ever, and he just an asshole. He always beats his kid in the poker, takes his money, he doesn't give a shit. But they kind of make up at the end. But it's that's one of my favorite roles of his because Duvall being a dick is probably like some of his best acting.
Yeah, it's funny you should bring that up because that was another movie that I was like, I never really watched it. And my mom really, really liked that movie a lot. And she got me to sit down and watch it. And you're absolutely right. His performance is great in that movie. Because there's a lot of learning lessons in that movie along the way too. Just a really good movie. When you're around as long as Duvall has been, he was in a Twilight Zone episode, which is crazy. The Mod Squad, The Outer Limits, MASH. He's been in a lot of stuff. That's what's cool. He's kind of inspiring to people who want to get started later in a career because you say to yourself, like, oh, everyone, that's what I always hate when people say, oh, you got to start at 20 or 21 or you're never going to make it. No, you can start now. You can start whenever you want to start. You could just look at anybody and he's a good example of that.
Yeah. And Duvall's a great example of that. Rodney Dangerfield, who didn't start until he was 40.
Yeah.
Another great example of getting into. So Sam, there's always time for you to get back into comedy. Rodney, he didn't care. He went in at 40. Both of you guys.
There you go.
Comedy. You can go to the comedy. You guys can do a dual act.
There you go.
But like Sam, since you're not so much knowledgeable about Duvall, like, is there any role that you have seen him in that was stuck out to you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Gone in 60 Seconds is always one that I remember him for a lot. He was great in that film. Like you said, Kicking and Screaming is great in that. I've only seen The Godfather once in my life, and I don't really remember it because I saw it so long ago. But obviously vital in that. And then a movie that I watched a lot as a kid. It was like my brother and my mom's favorite movie. They watched all the time. It was a movie with him and Michael Caine called Secondhand Lions.
I was actually going to just say. I was actually going to use that.
Haley Joel Osment was the kid or something. Yeah, and that.
Yes, he was. Yeah. I was going to use that as a joke a minute ago. I was going to be like, "You probably seen Secondhand Lions."
I have.
Yes, I have.
Many times. We had it on DVD. We watched it a lot.
Didn't Adam say that's one of his favorite movies? Secondhand Lions.
I don't know. Could be.
I see that movie one time.
I've never seen
it. Was okay. It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, not my cup of tea, but it wasn't a bad film.
Right.
But before
baseball movie of all time.
Oh God, yeah, he's in the Natural.
Yeah, he's pretty good in that movie.
Say he's in Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Oh, he's got in Major League 3.
Is he in Major League 3?
He could be. No. His voice. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, his voice is another thing too. I wish he would have did like more. He would have been a good character in Red Dead Redemption. Like a good voiceover character.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen like a Duvall film, you want to see like an old school Duvall film, you can go with Colors, you can go with The Apostle. If you want to see like more Western, you can go with Open Range. You can go like to Secondhand Lions if you want more of a I guess, coming of age story for a kid. And if you wanted to see something just ridiculous, kicking and screaming. But I mean, it's just crazy that he passed. Like I was watching clips of him on a podcast explaining To Kill a Mockingbird, explaining his roles, and he seemed in really, really good health. But again, the dude was 95 years old. So I mean, it's not like it was completely out of the ordinary for a 95-year-old guy to die.
I got in trouble in school because when he came on the screen, we were watching it in freshman year, To Kill a Mockingbird. He came on the screen, he had like blonde hair, and I started laughing super hard. And the teacher's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I go, "That's Robert Duvall." And I just like pointed, and she's like, "Get out in the hallway right now." It's like this
Tony.
is serious stuff. And I'm like, "It's Boo Radley, Robert Duvall."
Tony getting kicked out of class for making fun of the Robert Duvall.
Kicked out because of Robert Duvall.
He's also uncredited in the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. He's the priest on the swing in that film. Which when I rewatched it for frame, I was like, "Holy shit, he's in this movie!" And he's like has a real small role. But yeah, I mean, crazy stuff. Great actor though, most iconic actor, and he played one of the most iconic characters in literary history. Yes, he did. Final question about Duvall, and this is a question, I guess, more for Tone because Sam hasn't seen much of his stuff. But do you think he gets enough credit compared to his co-stars Pacino and De Niro?
No, and I often have thought this that he's could be better than them two in a lot of ways, or at very least par, the same level of acting. I mean, look at he's on so many movies, so many good movies, different performances, different roles. The De Niros and the Pacinos, they get typecast a lot in the mob movies, where I love mob movies, but Duvall did never get typecast in a type of movie. He's in a mob movie, he's in a baseball movie, he's in an apostle, he's in a soccer movie. He could play an everyday man in different scenarios that I think works better for him and his acting style, whereas even Duvall in his 90s, I saw him in Widows. He's really old in that movie, but he plays his role of what he's supposed to pretty good. Anything that I see like a Pacino in, it's like, are you supposed to be playing this, Al? This really isn't fitting what you're supposed to be doing.
Or he's not kicking anybody like De Niro.
He would have kicked a lot better in The Irishman for sure.
He was offered Brody in Jaws.
But again, really, really. Oh, see, that would have been a great role for him to take too, to add to his credential. But I think he's respected a lot. He should be respected just a little bit more, but he's respected a lot. He reminds me a lot like a Dustin Hoffman. They're like in the same kind of tax bracket.
Yeah,
That's a good comparison.
I would think Hoffman would probably be more of the recognizable one because he has 2 Oscars. But but Duvall, I think, in terms, yeah, that's true. He refused Godfather 3 because Pacino was offered 3 times the pay. He also made what's his name? The director of The Godfather. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Jesus Christ.
Coppola.
He made him like some favorite dessert or meal that he liked when he got offered the role, and he never got told how much he was going to get paid. So that's why he backed. That's why Tom Hagen wasn't in The Godfather 3, which was actually good for him because that's probably the weakest of the 3. But I think he should get more recognition. I think that The Godfather was cast so perfectly with Brando, kind of mentoring a Pacino, and then you have Duvall, who him and James Caan kind of, their chemistry and everything was great. And then when Duvall was actually like a chameleon, he could basically be in a scene with anybody and play it very, very well as Tom Hagen. When he did it with Vito, when he's counseling him, or he did it with Michael when he was counseling him, trying to calm down Sonny. Even when he's with the Turk, like he just adapts to everybody very, very well, and his acting is very, is very underappreciated because everybody talks about the Pacinos and the Brandos, but the Duvall should be getting more credit than he should.
Definitely.
What about you, Sam? You think he should be up there with De Niro and Pacino?
I feel like it. Like Tony said, he definitely had more range as an actor than either. Well, at least from what he was given the opportunities to do, he wasn't typecast, which was good for him to be able to show what he could do in multiple different scenarios and roles that he was given. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely a very renowned actor. He should be well regarded, and I think he's definitely up there in that tier.
Yeah, and we wanted to, we could have done a Duvall breakdown, but it's better to have more of a conversation about him among three people to see, flesh out some ideas there. But great actor, will be missed. I still would check in on his films, and that's how you live on. You live on through your work, and he definitely will live on. Hopefully, he gets more appreciated with years to come for his great work. But moving on to our last topic before we get into the Sugar Baggies soundtrack pick of the week is one that Sam's really excited for, and that's the career of Ryan Gosling. Oh, he got so excited he got kicked off. Now, Ryan Gosling has a new film out called Project Hail Mary. Have you seen that film, Tom?
No, but I've read a lot about it. A lot of people have told me about it. I've read the book. Very familiar with everything about it.
Awesome. You read the book.
Sorry, I need to do a wardrobe change.
I am kidding enough. So, have you seen Project Hail Mary, Ryan? I mean, Sam?
I have not yet. I have not found the time. I was going to see it this week, but that didn't pan out. So I'm hoping to see it either on Sunday or on Tuesday.
I have not seen it either. I did watch some of the Baloney show, and Baloney told me was saying that it was great. I didn't stick around for the end because I don't want to. He said spoilers were going to be there. I did not want to hear any spoilers. So I will watch that after I go see it. My brother saw it, and he told me it was very, very good. Everybody's saying go see it in IMAX. Go see it in IMAX. So maybe we have to go see it in IMAX to get the full experience.
I was going to watch it on my phone. But...
Same thing. iPhone, IMAX. What's the difference?
Yeah.
But since his new film is coming out, it's generating a lot of great buzz. There's a character in there that I guess a CGI character of Rocky that's becoming a basically everybody's darling. He's a new Grogu, or young Baby Yoda. He's a new one. But everybody has been talking about Project Hail Mary and how great it is, which I'm really happy for him. But just thinking about that, guys. Looking at the career of Ryan Gosling, he's come a long way, like a very long way. He started off early as a heartthrob with The Notebook. Then he transitioned to Drive, The Place Beyond the Pines. And then he's kind of at that elite status a little bit with Blade Runner 2049 coming out, La La Land, and Sam's favorite film, Barbie. He has that big acting range. He can do romance, he can do indie, he can do action. He could do comedy. And he's picking interesting and risky roles, which I think, one of the risky roles would probably be Ken in Barbie, Sam. Tell us why you love that role so much.
Look, Robert Downey Jr. was fantastic as Louis Strauss in Oppenheimer, and he absolutely deserved to win that. Ryan Gosling did method acting for an action figure who's never said a word. How the hell is that possible to bring that character so to life in the way he did it? Because he had nothing to reference. I don't even know how the hell he just decided this is how the character's going to be. And it just blows my mind. Every time I watch it, I catch new things that he does as that character. And I'm like, he went all in on that role. Like he gave everything to that role. And it just blows my mind because they're like, oh, here's what we can kind of do with Barbie. She's got all these people. And they're like, what the fuck do we do with Ken? They're like, let's just put Ryan Gosling in there and see what he does. And he's like, watch this shit. I'm going to get nominated for an Oscar. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was crazy when he got nominated for an Oscar. But then rewatching it, I was like, you know what? He deserved it.
He really did.
Like, what would you say, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, as Sam said, he just really gave it all with that performance. But I've always been a huge fan of his going all the way back to the movie he did with Sandra Bullock. Was that Murder by Numbers? I think it's what it was. He does a really, really good job in a lot of different type of roles. Drive is one of my favorite movies. Like that movie quite a lot. So it's interesting to see him now get even bigger in stratosphere, and looking at what he's got coming up even more. It looks like the sky's the limit for him coming up.
Yeah, and it's crazy, when I went just to look at a little bit of his career, I went back and looked at some of the stuff he did, and it totally blew my mind that he was in two of my favorite series growing up. He was in Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Mm.
And then I know he was in Goosebumps. He was in Say Cheese and Die. That he was the main character from there.
That's cool.
So he was in two of my stuff growing up as a kid.
And he was young Hercules.
Yeah, he was. It's just crazy. He's 5 years older than me, about a couple years older than you, Tone. But it's like, holy shit! Like, he's been doing stuff forever.
Yes, he's just a lot of work. A lot of good work.
He came up with the Disney, stuff too, with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears and all them. He was in the Disney Club, so I mean, he's been doing this a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, he just really lots of. I mean, his first in the '90s. You know what I mean? Remember the Titans? Crazy.
Absolute liability at cornerback, but that's why he became an actor.
Yeah, he had PD take over for him. The funny thing about the Mickey Mouse Club, Sam, was when we lived on the South Side. When we lived in the back of the yards area, my parents were the first person. We lived in a 2-flat, and it was our second floor was split into apartments. My dad's aunt lived in front, and we lived in the back. And then my dad's sister lived downstairs with my dad's stepmother and father. So his younger sister. She would come upstairs and watch Mickey Mouse Club because we were the only household in that whole house that had cable. And she would beat the shit out of me because she's 7 years old, older than me, to get the remote, and I would have to fucking sit and watch the MIC, and I hate that fucking show. I hate it to this day. I hate it. Yeah, and I'm she wanted to watch, and it was so. Now I think about it, it's the worst show ever, and you're making me watch this as a little kid. Stupid show. So yeah, Mickey Mouse Club. I hate Mickey Mouse Club. Gordo says I'm still a kid.
Just a kid.
Kid at heart. You're like Philly the Turtle, and I'm your kid brother. Continuing with the Gosling talk here, guys. I got a couple other quick questions for you guys. So has he reached his superstar status in your mind? One would say because of box office, and some would say he doesn't open every movie. He's more selective. What do you guys think?
Is he going to get more popular?
No, do you think he's a superstar?
Yeah. At this point, after these last couple movies, and now he's going to star in a Star Wars movie after this one. Yeah, I think you're going to have to say yeah.
Sam, I know you're going to say yeah.
I mean, I would agree. I mean, he's a 3-time Oscar nominee, and now he's really starting to get selective and becoming in these big blockbuster movies. I mean, he did Barbie, then he followed up with The Fall Guy, which was a big blockbuster hit. Now, obviously, Project Hail Mary is going to be a big blockbuster hit, and then obviously the next one is the Starfighter Star Wars movie. So he's just knocking them off one by one, getting things through and blowing up even more than he was even when he did The Notebook and stuff like that. So it's crazy to see that trajectory kind of teeter off a little bit, come back up, and then just skyrocket again for him.
2 movies of his that are some of my favorites came out in 2007. One is called Fracture. It's him and Anthony Hopkins do a really, really good job of back and forth in that movie. Really good thriller. And the other one, Lars and the Real Girl. Have you ever seen Lars and the Real Girl?
I saw it a long time ago.
Oh, Sam, if you haven't seen it recently, it's so ridiculously hilarious and dark. I mean, he really gives it all in that performance too. He pretends that doll is literally his girlfriend in the movie, but really ridiculous.
And that's
my sister's also said before I met Katie that might be me later in life. I go around the blow up doll. So she actually gave it to me for Christmas one year, and I was like, "You bastard!"
Yeah,
I like
and
that one.
that's hilarious because now that I think about it, it could be you. No, Tony, that's good. That's a totally sister thing to do too.
Right.
Uh, my favorite films with him, Lars and the Real Girl is actually I think his best role in my opinion. This is my opinion of just his range of acting. Uh, I think I loved him in that film. I loved him in Drive, as a driver. Ides of March, I really liked him in.
Ides of March is so good.
Uh,
He's so
and
good in that movie.
another film that I like that doesn't get a lot of love was Gangster Squad.
Yeah.
I like that film, even though it was like a, you know, run of a mill movie. I really liked everything about it. I thought he was really great in it too.
That cast is stacked in that movie.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy that hey, what's up, Jack? That him and Emma Stone are in that film. She's a 2-time Oscar winner, nominated for so many Oscars, who came from the movie The Rocker with Rainn Wilson, and he was in Mickey Mouse Club, and they're probably two of our biggest stars out there right now.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how everything's going.
Right. I mean, they did Crazy Stupid Love together. They did La La Land together, and Gangster Squad together. So I mean, they have rapport. And Crazy Stupid Love is one of my favorite movies to just throw on because it's a great comedy, and Ryan Gosling plays, just the stereotypical hot guy at the bar who just wants to pick out the people, just bullying Steve Carell the whole movie. He's just hilarious. He's great at it. And he just talks so quickly, and he can just turn everything so quickly, and it's really good. And then, he kind of hit that, with Drive and Place Beyond the Pines is kind of like an action-y move for him. And then the quintessential Ryan Gosling movie to me is The Nice Guys.
Oh, yes.
With Russell Crowe. If you want to see a Ryan Gosling performance, watch The Nice Guys. He's dramatic, he's hilarious, and he just has so much range in that movie. I love it so much.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is. Oh yeah, I forgot he was in The Big Short.
Yeah,
good one too.
Yeah, that's
another great film. He's got a great repertoire, great filmography of films. He's very, very good, and he breaks that stereotypical great-looking actor, not so much of a great thespian. He's more in there for his looks.
Yeah,
and I mean, that's something that's I think is evolving too. There like you have Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt was a great actor, but I mean, you've had good-looking actors who are like,
yeah,
like they kind of perfect example, Dean Cain, fucking psycho now, but he was a good-looking actor. He got the role of Superman, and then the other roles just based off his looks, and then he kind of Taylor Lautner, from good-looking guy, not so much the great actor. Person that's broken out of that mold, Robert Pattinson.
Mm-hmm.
Good-looking dude, had to go, was getting typecast, had to go and do something on his own. Did the film with our guy. I just
Tenet?
Not Tenet. With our guy from
Robert Eggers.
Norman Osborn.
Oh yeah, with Willem Dafoe, The Lighthouse. Yeah,
The Lighthouse. William Dafoe. My memory is really shit, guys.
All right,
but
you're only 72. It's okay. We
I feel like it. But yeah, he had to do different roles because he's getting typecast, did his own thing, and now he's got it all. Like he's branching out. And I think Gosling, luckily for him, didn't have to get typecast, but he's so versatile. He can basically play anything. Comedy, romantic, something serious, sci-fi. Blade Runner, I thought Blade Runner was gonna be bad because he was in it. I'm like, man, and they brought back Harrison Ford. I'm like, please don't rehash, make it something different. I fucking loved that movie. I wish they would have continued more of it. But I thought it was a great sequel to the original. It was like a homage and everything, and it had a lot to do with him and Harrison Ford's dynamic. He's become an exceptional, actor. I think in the future, an Oscar is going to definitely be, within reach for him.
Oh, for sure. Especially, the recent successes that he's been through, and with every character, he's able to adapt to it, but you can always tell there's just like a little bit of him in every character. Like he just has some sort of quick quip that he has from a character or anything. There's always a little piece of Ryan Gosling hiding somewhere in those characters that he like lets out in certain parts. You're like, there he is. There, that makes it charming.
Mm-hmm. Jack says unrated soundtrack is
very
in
true.
Crazy Stupid Love. I would say I agree with that as well.
Dig into that one.
But I like these little like mini conversations of breaking down people's careers. And I think it's a better way of me just naming off all these films, us going through the films. It's more of a greater conversation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For those out there who are listening, let us know what you think about these topics of Gosling and Duvall. What do you think was Gosling's favorite performance? What was his worst? What's his most underrated movie? Is he a superstar yet, or does he have to get that Oscar to reach that status? Speaking of the Oscars, Sam, I know you watch them every year. I know Tone, we watch them every year. Last time when Emma Stone won the Oscar, of course everybody knows I was upset because I thought Lily Gladstone should have won.
I agree.
I thought the Oscars kind of lost their mystique a little bit. And then it has nothing to do with Emma Stone. I think she's an excellent actress. Now I think it kind of got back in with this year. It's kind of going back in the right direction. What do you guys think? You think of the Oscars kind of hit or miss now, or is it kind of getting back to people that should be winning?
This year specifically was interesting just because of how different each award show was going. Like there was a different BAFTA winner, there were different Golden Globe winners, there was somebody different at this, the SAG Awards or the Actor Awards. So you never really knew who the front runner was going to be. Obviously, everybody thought Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme was going to be the best actor. I mean, that was just going to be running away with that. And then, the Actor Awards happened. Michael B. Jordan wins, and then you're like, oh, the Oscars could be a little bit more interesting. And then, same thing with Amy Madigan as supporting actress. Like there was different for that. And then Stellan Skarsgård won for supporting actor. And they're at the Golden Globes. So, it felt like there was definitely more diverse choices based differing from the patterns that we saw leading up to the Oscars. The only one that was really doing the whole circuit was Jessie Buckley. So it was nice to see on, Paul Thomas Anderson for writing and directing, but otherwise, the whole awards race was different, and it was nice to see. Like even when some people were winning the Oscar, I was like, oh, good, finally. Good for Ryan Coogler. Good for Michael B. Jordan. It was great to see. I know everybody wanted Sinners to win everything, and there's always going to be that one movie every year that everybody wants to win everything. But it was good that we saw a lot of diverse between a lot of the films winning. So it was good to see this year.
Tom?
I would agree. I would definitely agree with that too. It's good to get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and I think I said this on the Oscar show. I think this is the first year in a long time that I can say I wasn't upset with anybody winning, or disappointed. Not really upset, more disappointed. I could see all the nominees winning. Like when we did the Best Supporting Actor, I thought I wanted Benicio del Toro to win, but Tony picked Sean Penn, and I wouldn't mind him winning either. They both were very, very good.
Yeah.
Delroy Lindo was very good. Even though he was upset that Sean Penn won. But I thought the Oscars was just kind of a crapshoot, and I'm really happy Michael B. Jordan won. Just for his career. And
well, if they would have phoned me in when I was picking that Sean Penn wasn't going to be there, I wouldn't have picked his ass. I would have picked I would have picked Benicio, because when Kieran was like, or does he even care? He's pretty much done us up there.
Well, apparently it came out saying that he doesn't really care about awards anymore, which is kind of ironic because he's one of the few to win 3 Oscars.
3 Oscars, yeah.
I'm too good for them.
Yeah, but he's another he's a kind of a under the radar superstar in Sean Penn.
He is.
Yeah. He has all these Oscars and these great roles, but when you think superstar, you think of Leo,
right?
DiCaprio. You don't think of Sean Penn right away.
That's crazy. Sean Penn's first 2 Oscars were leading actors, and this one's a supporting actor.
Yeah,
it's the first time he's ever nominated for a supporting actor, I think, too. So
yeah, and he wins. He's unbelievable.
My favorite rumor I heard about him not being there was because he they wouldn't let him smoke inside. So he's like, I'm not going.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see when he went to Mexico to talk to El Chapo?
Yes.
All right, so
No, I don't remember that.
he went to Mexico a few years ago when El Chapo was out of jail, and he like I don't know if he was like a go-between tone or something. There's something he did like, and he went to talk to him, and there was this big like uproar about why is Sean Penn talking to the cartel, and I'm like, it's in hit movies. Every like Snatcher hung around with mobsters and shit. Anyway, somebody I think it was from The Onion. They did like what they believed El Chapo and Sean Penn would be talking about, and it was like El Chapo calling him and saying, "I just watched like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Your character Spicoli like has really inspired me. Like to get it really inspired me, and like now I know why I got into the drug selling business and all that stuff. Like just stuff like that. It was hilarious, and that's what I think of like when Sean Penn, because he's so serious and everything. Like when he talks, but like that always cracked me up about him. And it's just crazy he didn't show up for the Oscars, but.
Well, I mean, that was the Nikki Glaser joke at the Golden Globes when he was there. It's like, Sean's been such a great humanitarian. If a country's in trouble, he'll go there and do cocaine there.
Yeah, he's a great thespian. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, very much.
But guys, any closing remarks on what we've been talking about?
Gotta see Project Hail Mary. It sounds like it's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely out there. One more thing I'll say about Ryan Gosling is there's a movie on Netflix I did a few years ago with Chris Evans that people were a little bit torn about that the Russo brothers directed, The Gray Man. I enjoy it very much. I think Gosling is great in that movie. I think Chris Evans is also hilarious as a bad guy with a really bad haircut and a mustache. But yeah, it's great action. It's it's really fun, and the soundtrack of that movie is also very good too.
That's another guy who blew up, Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm.
He's really hilarious in Free Guy.
Yeah.
His little cameo in there.
What the shit?
Yeah. With the shield, yeah. Yeah, I actually like that film. I'm a sucker for those films. That's why I watched this stupid American's Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And it let me down.
Let me down.
But if you want to see Michael Keaton beat the shit out of somebody, Tone, American Assassin. Yeah. So that's our talk for the Duvall and Gosling talk, Sam. We're gonna go into what's coming soon, and then we're gonna go into Sugar Baggy's soundtrack pick of the week. You want to stick around for that stuff, Sam?
Sure. Why not?
Cool. So with that, Tone, let me do the coming soon, Tone, and you can announce what's coming soon, my friend. We haven't used this one in a while.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Coming soon.
Próximamente.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
All right. In 2 weeks, we will be back talking X-Files. We'll be picking some of our favorite episodes, and we will be digging deep into them. What's cool about the X-Files is there's a lot of famous people that have appeared in a lot of X-Files episodes, from Brad Dourif to, well, you name it. They did a whole episode where it was in the style of Cops. That might be one we might pick. We just don't know, but please tune in because we're celebrating Ryan Coogler taking over the show, and we're going to talk about our favorite episodes.
Yeah, really looking forward to this. Tony, you're you're probably the biggest X-Files fans I know.
It's so funny because you should say that, because I haven't watched it in a couple months, and literally last night I put it on because it's on one of the channels, and they just play it from the beginning to the end, so you catch it. And I think it was like season 4 last night. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a show that like when it's on, I watch it, even if it's in the middle of an episode. It resonates with. I think it used to come on every Friday night on Fox. I just remember the commercials for it. I remember watching it with my parents. It was like Outer Limits and X-Files was something we watched all the time.
Real quick before we go on here, my father was in the hospital for like a month, and he's like, nothing's on the fucking TV, but every night at 10 o'clock, X-Files comes on, and he had never watched the show before, and he went into the hospital never watching the show. left the hospital with like a master's in fucking X-Files. And that's honestly the reason why I started watching. Is he's like, you got to watch this show. It's fucking awesome. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch it, because we skipped it like when it came on. I'm like, you never wanted to watch this show before. But really good stuff, man. The movies are actually got some good stuff to them too.
Yeah, when you said about your dad, I thought he was going to talk about the Outer Limits episode with Jeff Daniels and the Sand Kings.
Oh yes, that was
I thought but yeah, so really looking forward to the X-Files. Sam, if you haven't watched the X-Files, man, this might get you into wanting to see what episodes to check out. So we'll give our 10 X-Files that week. Before we go into the Sugar Baggy soundtrack pick of the week, Tone, let everybody know what's going on at the Hookup on Music.
Tomorrow night we'll be back with episode 146, I believe, and we are have a guest. The episode's already recorded, just needs to be posted. We already did it. Mike from Chirp Radio stopped by, and we went through some of our favorite songs, some things he's been picking on his radio show, like the new Gorillaz album. Really good stuff there. So check that out, please. And pretty soon, Shaken and Not Stirred will be back talking Skyfall.
Yes, that's actually one of my favorite shows is Shaken Not Stirred. And it's just because Adam gets so into it.
You know, I got a bone to pick with that show.
Please. I know what it is.
It goes on when I'm on, and I'm mad about it because I want to watch it.
Well, you know, I have been collecting residuals for you that when I see you that I have to give you. So
I was like waiting. I was like, oh, once I get to like the Daniel Craig Bonds, you know, I can hop back in because I love those movies. And then I was like, all right. And then I saw like the QC. I'm like, all right, wait, when is? Damn it!
Yeah,
I was like, I want to watch it live.
So do I. I try to watch it, but usually I'm working, so I can't even do that because they're always talking to me. Like I will have to watch it on the reruns. There's the Asscast too. I have to watch on the reruns because I'm always working. But two good stuff, Tone. To be honest with you, the Hookup on Music has been getting a lot of views on the TikToks and the shorts. People love to not only argue with you, but also throw your great comments and say good things about you while they're not hating on you. So
that's what's great about it, because it's the first time in my life people can say things to me, good or bad, and I don't respond either way. I just look and smile. Usually I could be like, you're wrong. No, I'm not going to do that. I just look and say, well, you got an opinion. That's great.
Yeah, but most of it is positive, which I'm really happy for.
I always love to see, especially when you look at the YouTube, like when you click the little thing, like if there's comments at the top and it just says like good, bad. Wow, that's
cool. Sam, what's going on the Asscast, my friend?
Well, we just did an episode last night. We talked a little baseball, but we won't be doing a show next Thursday, as a lot of us will be at the White Sox home opener. So we'll be back in a couple. So yeah, things are going well there. So every Thursday at 7:00, if we're available, we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, and also talking out of your ass on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we've been again on a bit of a hiatus, but just because some people have been busy, but we'll be getting back into that very soon.
Listen, man, this show knows about hiatus. Okay,
we know busy.
Yeah, something's always happening where I'm like, it's either me or Tone, and I'm like, shit. But we are getting back into the swing of things. So be sure to check out Sam over on the Asscast. With my stuff, me and Cotton are actually going to record a show. We have our new episode for Frame that we'll be putting out next month, and we're going to be doing The Fly. Ooh. We're going to do the Jeff Goldblum Fly and the original, because Cotton's never seen the original, so he wanted to watch that. So we're going to do The Fly and see how that's going to go. Really looking forward to that. Getting Drafting here will be coming back soon. Once Brian is healthy. But he's getting there. If you want to check out a vlog I wrote on the English band South Arcade, I've been listening to them a lot. Lot of Paramore vibes I get from them. Just stuff that brought me back to the early 2000s. Really like that band. Probably more than I should. But I was telling my wife today, I kind of getting in on the ground floor like I did with Soccer Mommy, and now Soccer Mommy's big. So hopefully South Arcade gets there. What'd you think of South Arcade, Tom? He froze.
Froze. My guy hasn't moved in 10 minutes.
But yeah, check it out on statisticpenguinstudios.com.
30 minutes later, I'm back.
What'd you think of South Arcade, Tom?
Not bad. Excellent article that you wrote. And honestly, it's always cool checking out new music. So cool that you found a new band to share and spread.
I'm ready for you, Tony, and you'll never know what to hit you. What? What's Jack talking about?
I think he's talking about the pod episode, whatever, Drafty Pod, whatever we do.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
We got something else going on. Shh.
Okay. So that's what's going on over at the Penguin and the Ass Crew. With that, guys, let's go into our final segment and get out of here with the Sugar Baggies soundtrack pick of the week. The Sugar Baggies soundtrack pick of the week.
All right. Tonight, what I wanted to do is pose a question to both of you. What is your favorite James Bond theme song from the movies? Like, what's your favorite one from all 20-something movies? Which one would you say is your favorite? Is it the Chris Cornell song? Is it the Alicia Jack White song? Is it Madonna, Die Another Day?
Also no.
Is it Live and Let Die, Paul McCartney?
Live and Let Die, probably my favorite. Actually, I don't mind the Madonna song. I think that was like
another day.
Yeah, I don't think that was. I think that was probably the best part of that movie. My favorite Bond movie, I didn't like the song, and that's GoldenEye. I really hated the song in the beginning. Song. Yeah, but I would have to go with the McCarthy Live and Let Die.
Duran Duran's got a pretty good jam. Chris Cornell wasn't bad for Casino Royale. I had forgotten that he did that song.
You know my name.
It's I like his Mission Impossible song. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, I've did a ranking a while ago of my favorite Daniel Craig Bond films, and then I did another ranking of my favorite theme songs for each of them. And the funny part is the song I like is from my fourth favorite of his movies, and that's Spectre. Writing on the Wall by Sam Smith is my favorite one.
Oh, okay.
I listen to it all the time.
See? Look at that. That's cool.
I also love Skyfall and No Time to Die. Also very good songs. I have those.
The Billie Eilish song, I have to listen to that one. That's the one I still.
And then the Adele one is obviously another one that's very popular.
I forgot The World Is Not Enough because that movie.
Did you like the Jack White Alicia Keys one?
I do. Not as much as the Cornell one, but yeah, it's still good.
Yeah.
I feel like all the Craig Bonds had good theme songs to them.
They did. Craig Bond movies are really cool. Real stylish.
Is there a new Bond coming out anytime soon?
They got the director, who is Denis Villeneuve. What I heard this week is the gentleman from that new movie, what's his name? The one from The Secret Agent. It was nominated. Who was the actor that was nominated from
Wagner Moura?
Yeah, he's been being talked to as the villain in whatever they're going to be doing.
Ooh, he'd be a good one.
Yeah, he would be. I could see it. Because those Daniel Craig villains were really good in those movies. Mm-hmm. They're trying to find the Bond right now is really where it's at. That's what they're trying to do. So as soon as they get Bond, I think they'll be ready to start going.
Come on, Danny DeVito.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, they're saying?
Yeah, him and Henry Cavill were like the ones that they've been talking about. Dude, just give it to
Iris, bro. Just give it to Iris. I just want to make Adam mad. Just give it to Iris.
Just give it to Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Just give it to him.
How about Gary Busey?
Just give it to Gary Busey.
You know, Buddy from Sons of Anarchy would actually
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, actually, good at it. He was really good in Gentleman, and he has to do the Ed Gein voice.
That'd be good. We're only kidding you if you do Ed Gein.
Mailman Jack says Goldfinger is pretty awesome. It is a good song. Goldfinger is a good song. I was saying, The World Is Not Enough was garbage. I totally forgot they did that. That movie's really bad. Christmas Jones, Boosie Bond and Roger Moore. I remember playing the video game. No Bert Kreischer. Kreischer. The Machine.
Yes.
Russian Mafia.
Is he gonna be Bond?
Can we get Wallace Shawn as the Bond? Let's go.
Wallace Shawn.
You can get Jack Black as Bond.
You have a bomb to blow up the world? Inconceivable.
Keanu Reeves is James Bond.
Hell yeah.
He's John Wick, though.
That's what's so cool. He'll be going from one set to the other, and you won't even know the difference.
What about Matthew Berry? Matthew Berry.
I think Keanu's going to retire soon.
He might.
Probably.
He seems like a dude that's just like, I'm just going to chill. A shirtless Bond would slap. I mean, Daniel Craig was shirtless.
A lot.
Yeah, with his little Speedo on. I don't know. I do want Idris Elba to win the James Bond thing, but I know he's not going to. I just think it would be kind of cool. I think he'd be a good guy. But yeah, thank you, Tone, for shutting me up. We have a big announcement to make. We have a new shirt coming out for the At the Show podcast. A special limited time shirt that we went 8-bit for. It's going to be our 8-bit tee, where cult films live, is basically what our podcast is about, because we love the cult films. On the shirt, we have our penguin characters of Snake, Jack Burton, and The Crow, all in a Big Trouble in Little China backdrop. I try to make it as 8-bit as possible with the grainy filters and all that stuff. It took me a while to work on this. I had a couple other ideas, but I like this one the best. Tony agreed. So you can get yours. It's on sale right now at statisticpenguin.printify.me. It's going to be on there for a limited time. So guys, be sure to check it out again at statisticpenguin.printify.me. You know what, Tom? I'm so glad you brought this up because I almost forgot about it.
That's honestly, I was sneaking it right here at the end.
Yeah. So be sure to get that. I made a video and it was supposed to go on, but only went for 5 seconds like this. So, but that's our show for today, guys. Sam, thank you so much for coming on and joining. Always a fun time when you come on. We got to get you on for some more comedy stuff and talk some more, pick your brain about some comedy movies coming forward. Because I know you and Tony go on forever about that stuff. Why don't you plug your stuff one last time, my friend?
Yeah. All Sports Scene on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok. I think we're on there still. Every Thursday at 7 on YouTube. We go live. We look at sports the way nobody else does, so that's where we find our market, and that's how we've cornered our market. So thank you to everybody who's followed along with us. So it's been a good, holy moly, 4 years now.
Oh wow, 4 years, huh?
Yeah.
Shout out to Celeste Spaghetti getting to drive the Zamboni today. I saw.
Yeah.
Tony, any closing remarks before we get out of here?
No, please tune in 2 weeks to our X-Files show. It's going to be awesome.
Yep, and be sure to check out the Hookup on Music that will be released tomorrow. With that, everybody, you guys have a good night, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the At the Show podcast, a Sadistic Penguin Studios production.
Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?